Yo, Adrian. Yo, we back. It's been a break needed, but we're here, man. We just came off of a crazy international fight week, UFC 303. I know it's been a while, but we got to at least touch on it a tad bit because I actually didn't go. Shout outs to Fun Sean and Tommy Toons World, but they were there in person. I decided to hold out, but I did go to Power Slap that week. So shout outs to Power Slap. And I went to the UFC Expo. So shout outs to all the different fighters we saw and shit. But yeah, the card was dope. Some crazy shit. I mean, what did you think of it?
It was a high card, kind of. It was like nothing too crazy. It was just, we called the prayer by knockout. You feel me? I already knew that was gonna happen. That was like the for sure thing. And yeah,
hey, but there was a lot of love for Yuri going into that week from other people.
Nah, yeah, there was always is, but it played out like, you know what I'm saying? The guy likes to get hit. You can't get hit by Pereira like that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what he does. So let's just go up the recap of our picks last week. So shout outs to Hype Killer. He came through. He went 1-3, but he was only given the big plus money. So one of the plays did hit. So the ones he missed here was a parlay with Pereira. Lopez fight was canceled, and he did fight someone else. But when we did the show, he was not fighting Dan Ige. That was crazy, by the way. Anthony Smith lost that one, and MVP lost for that parlay. And then he lost Lopez. Well, he didn't lose this one, I guess. So it was 1-2. Not bad. So he might have been. Shout outs to him here. Up 3 units. Yeah, the Lopez one got canceled because that fight got rescheduled. But Oliveira by KO and Roberts by sub parlay, that one didn't hit either. So he got the one he did get was Pfeiffer first round knockout plus 500. B. Joe Pfeiffer. You know what I'm saying? So that was a big plus 500 one. So shout outs to him coming with the big plus money. Nesto here went 2-2 plus 0 units. So right on even, bro.
Mr. 500 even. Now.
Call you Even Stevens. Yeah, so the ones you did get here were Pereira by KO, like you said, was an easy one, minus 120. And then the parlay, you had a 3-legger with Feely, Pfeiffer, and Lopez. So we canceled the Lopez one, but we counted Feely and Pfeiffer, and it came out to be about minus 115. So you got those two. And then the ones you got wrong was MVP, close one to Ian Gary. It was a close fight. And
whack fight.
Yeah, he had your boy Ian Gary had to play smart.
And then Anthony Smith looked like shit, wasn't doing nothing. He was getting
clowned. He went back to the old by a 185er. He went back to the old Anthony Smith, right? So, we both kind of got fooled on that one. So, and then for me, last but not least, I went 2-1. One of my fights was also omitted, the Lopez fight, but I got the Ian Gary, I got the Pereira, and then I got Anthony Smith wrong right there. So I went plus 1 unit, so I'll take it. But yeah, Lopez, man, what do you think about that? I thought that was the craziest thing that happened by far, historical, was Dan Ige taking like a 4-hour notice fight.
Yeah, that's crazy.
After the prelims already started.
No, yeah, it's crazy that they did that because the UFC doesn't do that because I guess something about license and everything like that, but they wanted to save the card. And Lopez didn't have to fight either. He was going to get paid regardless, but now he put himself in super good graces, so,
Yeah, so he's getting a title shot sometime soon, the way things are going. So they might reschedule this fight again for a rematch, they said, at some point. So that might be in the works. Because Dan Ige, man, he was looking good in round 3. He won round 3, in my opinion. And, to think about, it could have gone to 5. Or let's say it was a main eventer, 5 rounds. Oh, man, like maybe he could have gotten the momentum and won the fight. You know what I'm saying? So you never know about these things, bro. Dan Ige is a beast. And Lopez is a beast. They fought at 165 too, which is kind of crazy. So, but yeah, what's up with your boy Danny O? Or not Danny O? What's his name? Ortega. Brian.
Well, hey, like they said, bro, he was going on 155. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to take the fight. He was trying to do a UFC a favor, and that's why UFC was complying with him. Dana White was in his side. You know what I'm saying? So once you got the boss on your back, it's like, what are you gonna say? You feel me?
Yeah. I mean, he tried at least. So, but
Yeah,
you
I
know,
mean, and then also like that's a big fight. Like Ortega didn't have to even take that fight at all against Lopez. You know what I'm saying? He's like the number one dude, but hopefully he goes to 155 now. Like no more 145. Just end it.
yeah, yeah.
And then
Well, we'll move on. Oh, go ahead.
Lopez should fight top 5 or whatever he wants. He should fight that one dude who keeps trying to talk shit. The little Moev, whatever his name.
Oh, Mokaev?
No, not him. The other guy, the grappler, the one that he fought and is like he fought short notice before. Where he
Evloev.
Yep.
Evloev, like the prospect. Yeah. The guy that everyone says is like a boring fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's good and he wins. Yeah, but yeah, man, 303 was dope. All in all, I mean, I know what you're talking about the main events here, but there was some. I thought it was okay. I mean, it wasn't obviously what people expected with the McGregor situation. I thought, and I'll just tell you this: McGregor should have definitely. He was an idiot, bro. Like, okay, I get it. You broke your toe. You don't want to fight because you want to be at your best. So we put Pereira in with 2 broken toes, whatever it is. But it's like, why didn't you at least show up to support like your fans that paid tickets for it, that are missing out if you really feel bad? Like, you were out and about at the clubs. You went to Bellator. You were cornering your teammate or whatever at Bellator. You're doing an interview at Bellator. Like, motherfucker, you can do all that. You can do an interview at fucking UFC Expo too, all right? You don't got to do a meet and greet, but at least do an interview, do stuff that just be there, Fucking,
you don't care, bro. He's too rich.
Yeah, exactly. So, for me personally, man, this Conor shit's bullshit. I hope they don't put him on the Sphere, because a reason why I didn't go to the 303, and also I was planning on possibly going to this Denver card we're about to talk about, to just be out in Denver, cheap tickets, but I can't really justify it right now, just the situation. So I'm gonna continue to save to go to the Sphere, because everything points to this crazy Sphere event, man. I feel like I can't miss it. That's the one I can't miss. But let's get right into this. We'll talk about this UFC Denver card. Interesting headliner here. This is a free ESPN card, fight night type of vibe, but the one of their traveling series. So it's Rose Namajunas, yeah, that's how you say it, Namajunas, versus Tracy Cortez, man. She took this fight a little short notice. I believe it was supposed to be someone else, right?
Macy Barber.
Oh, yeah, Macy Barber. That's who it was. Macy Barber had to withdraw. So, I think this is a pretty dope replacement. Interesting styles. A little different than Macy Barber for sure. But we'll tackle that here. But we'll start from the bottom. I think it's a decent overall card for being on ESPN. We got Josh Frem against Andre Petroski. This is just excellent white-on-white stuff here. Let's see the odds. What are the odds here? I think it's pretty close.
Yeah, I think Petroski's like plus 100 or something like that. Plus 110 maybe.
Yeah, so it looks like it's a pick'ems right now, man. Josh Frem opened a little underdog, like plus 120 or so. Now it's pick'ems. Good opening card fight, man. Under overs 1.5 at minus 185. Who do you like here?
I don't know. What's Josh Frem's last fight? Because I know Petroski's been on the skid right now. So
yeah, Josh Frem here, 11-5, big tall baseball player, 6'4", 30 years old. He's a mixed bag. He could kind of do it all, but he's going to be down to throw bombs. Most recently, he lost to Kopilov from a liver punch, if you remember. He got worked up, but he did beat Jamie Pickett, who's retired, and then Cedric Dumas, who was probably too high to be fighting or whatever he said was happening. And then lost to Trayshawn Gordon, Anthony Hernandez, which, making your UFC debut against Fluffy Hernandez, looking back at it now, is like, that's a tough matchup. And then you got your boy Petroski, 10-3. He got an interesting build. He's built kind of like me here with the short arms, short legs, huge torso. Like, he's 6 foot tall, but he got arms of someone that's like 5'6", bro.
He lost.
Yeah, he's a grappler mostly.
Right.
He lost to Jacob Malkoun, remember, from the hip collision, head to hip, and then he got knocked out on that one, and Malkoun won. That was interesting. And then lost to Michel Pereira, and he beat GM3 by split decision.
Yeah, he beat him.
Yeah, man. So interesting guy, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go with him just because he's a slight underdog. Hopefully, maybe the wrestling could do something, but he's really scared, so we'll see.
Yeah, he's sketch, and especially what happened last time was like a freak accident. It looked like. I mean, I've been going back and forth on this one because it's a good matchup. I can see. I like Josh Frem here. I'm leaning that side. I liked him better at the plus money. Now that it's minus 110, is still cool, but not as good as the plus money in my opinion. Just because I think this is such a coin toss fight, so it's probably close to where it should be. Uh, it should be a buy low spot in theory on Petrosky because he's had decent competition, like for where he's at in his career. But I think a lot of people just don't like Josh Frem, man. Like the people I talk to, they're like, I just don't like the way he fights. I know he's not, sexy. He's kind of slow, but he's just throwing these huge power punches. But he can grapple too, man. And he's a big guy, man. He's gonna be the bigger guy here, possibly a slower guy, but I think he can defend the takedowns too. And if he stays standing, I'm really leaning on Josh Frem here. So for me, it's probably Josh Frem. It's probably Josh Frem by knockout. I don't know what the let's see what it's at right now. Josh Frem by knockout is at plus 245, which is kind of the most likely outcome it says right here. But I kind of like that. So those are going to be my looks there, man. I don't like the total, but because 1.5's playing under on those is kind of tough. Next up, who do you got here? Oh, come on, tap Ali. We're getting into Montel Jackson and Damon Blackshear. I believe Blackshear took this on short notice. Let's see down here what they said. I'm pretty sure Blackshear took this short notice from what I gathered on information-wise. But yeah, Montel Jackson, man, 13-2. He's kind of a guy that's kind of been around, but he's still considered like on the way up, like the prospect. But he is 32 years old. He's never been finished ever. Only had those 2 decision losses. Mostly a knockout guy. He's beaten Ronnie Yaya, Julio Arce, and JP Buys. So I mean, for me, it's like the competition level is kind of medium, very medium.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to say. And then he lost to Brett Johns, who's pretty good, but at the same time, is he really a championship guy? I don't think so. Then you got over here Damon Blackshear. I actually like this guy. 14-6. The monster. If you guys remember, I believe he's the one that got the twister.
Yeah, he used to have dreads, right? Or he has dreads.
No, I don't think so. He might have.
I think that's an old pick, yeah. But yeah, so I was like, what the hell? But yeah, this guy, he's pretty solid. He got that twister, like you said. But then also, if the other guy can like keep it standing, he's probably gonna win because this guy just likes to do that shit where he just sticks to you and drags you down and shit like that. So all depends about Montel's takedown defense, and I don't really know how it is, so I don't know. I'm gonna just have to go with
Let me add the odds in this equation. Montel Jackson right now is about minus 150. Damon Blackshear plus 130 or so. So that, I mean, they have Jackson the rightful favorite. There's been a little bit of money on him, but nothing substantial. I mean, I think the odds are right, to be honest. So I don't see myself betting as of right now on this fight. I like Damon Blackshear's style. Like, he's nonstop, relentless. Like you said, hanging on somebody and never letting go. So he's going to be relentless in that aspect of the fight. So you give me that type of grappler at plus money, it is a little tempting, but it's not that big of plus money. Whereas, like you said, if it stays standing, I don't think Damon Blackshear is going to be able to outstrike Montel. I think he's just, like his name, quick, way quicker, way faster. Probably going to just beat him up and then probably possibly even finish him. So the good thing about Damon Blackshear is, look at this. He's never been finished either, even in his losses. So, what's the total at? Let's see. Total's at over 2.5 at minus 170. Maybe the over 1.5 could be a good parlay piece. I can imagine it being like in the minus 200s, something like that. So I would look that way. But that one's a tough matchup. I think that's a really good match of styles here. Next up, man, we got this fight that probably should have been earlier on the card because the last 2 fights seem to be better than this. But we got Luana Santos against Maria Agapova. This is gross. This is disgusting. We got Luana Santos minus 380, Agapova plus 320. I don't even know, man. If you remember Agapova from the beginning, idea. Did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
Oh. Yeah, my back.
Yeah, you're here. It's just a little choppy.
Yo, can you hear me?
Beep. Yeah, I can hear you. It's just a little chop suey.
Little choppy. As long as my voice is not choppy. But yeah, we got Maria Agapova here, 10-4. She had 2 losses here. And if you remember at the very beginning, let's see, way back here, Hannah Cipher, she did win, but she was a minus 380. And against Shayna Dobson here, bro, this is huge. She was a minus 1,400. I remember betting on Shayna Dobson. It was like plus 700 or 800 or something crazy. Maybe even plus 1,000 at one point. But it was fucking crazy shit, man. And Dobson, big upset. And then she's on this like losing streak against Marina Moreau, Jillian Robertson. Here's the thing, man. Luana Santos, rightful favorite. She should win. 7-1. You know, she's definitely better looking. Young prospect, 24. She's way better at BJJ. I think she could keep up in the striking. And she's never been finished. So she should win, but do I want to lay minus 380, minus 400 on her? Hell nah. Hell nah. So because I can see this be going to decision or being some kind of crazy shit. But Agapova at the same time, do I want to take a flyer on her? No, because of the things I've heard, you know, like her being like slightly homeless and jumping through camps and not having a camp at one point and just barely making it. So I don't like what I seen before, and I'm not liking with that whole story either. So it's like I'm going to stay away. But if I blindly had to bet something in this fight, I'd probably sprinkle on Agapova just for shits and giggles because I don't think Luana Santos should be minus 400, but she should win in theory. I'm just not paying to find out. Yeah.
No, yeah, I'd be going with the Brazilian chick just because. But this is a spot like usually in a girl fight where maybe this Agapova 3-fight losing streak could come with a dub. But I don't know. I think Santos, she's on her tear right now to try to get into like contender fights maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And then here's someone said that Luana Santos had some type of thyroid issue. And that's why it's hard for her to make weight. And she goes back and forth between 125 and 115. So she was trying to make 115, but she wasn't like easily making it. So she moved up. I believe this one's going to be at 125, which is flyweight. Yeah. So she's actually moving up in weight. But it could be better for her to move up in weight if she's really struggling to cut down. But they said it's due to thyroid, some sort of thyroid, which is crazy. So, yeah, I'm not putting no money near some thyroids and shit like that. Next up, we got another sketch last-minute replacement here. Jasmine Judavicius against Fatima Klein. Man, this is an interesting fight because it's a last-minute replacement. Fatima Klein is supposed to be this prospect. I haven't had the time to even watch anything from her. But from what I hear on the internet and see on the internet, everyone's kind of hyping her up, you know, with her grappling. And she probably took this fight for a reason. You know, she's 23-year-old, young. And, you know, there's not much to say about the people she's fighting. But I think that there's a reason why the odds opened at this level. She's at, what is she at right now? Damn, I can't find shit. Did they take this fight off?
Hopefully not. Because I know they had Judavicius as an underdog.
Yeah, she's still underdog. So Fatima Klein is minus 125 and Judavicius is plus 105. That's really interesting and telling to me because, you know, the books, they originally opened her at minus 120, Judavicius, and then now people have been betting on the other side. So, you know, I'm going to respect that money. I don't know if I'm going to jump in yet because at the same time, like you said, it's kind of like disrespectful to Judavicius because she's not a bag of potatoes either. You know, she's
coming off of like solid fights. Even like the fight with Cortez, that shit was closer than like what they gave it to her. You know what I'm saying on the cards. That shit was a close ass fight in my opinion. I mean, I had Cortez off the rip, but I was kind of nervous. Like I was like, hey, maybe they gave it to Judavicius or some shit. But yeah, I like her at an underdog. That's probably gonna be one of my best bets. Yeah,
this is she is 35 though. But if you take a look at that Tracy Cortez fight you're talking about, if you remember, she was like about near even, so about even money. You know, damn near pick'ems. And Tracy Cortez, who's like someone that is now headlining with Rose, man, you're telling me that these two were even money at one point or pick'ems, and
And then
this Klein chick they're respecting? I don't know, man.
yeah,
It's just making me.
she beat the shit out of Priscilla Cachoeira too.
Yeah, gosh, went over to the zombie girl.
She
And she
beat the
actually
shit
submitted
out of
her.
her.
That was her first submission, right? Oh no,
Yeah,
maybe
she was
second.
beating the shit out of her. Like had her like top like triangle mounted her or some shit. And was just dropping like these hammer fists. She was fucking her up.
Yeah, I'm haven't fired anything. I do kind of like the narrative of like Jasmine. This is kind of a disrespect to Jasmine, her being now that she's plus money. At the same time, I'm gonna try to see how the next few days go on this because, man, I'm gonna respect this money is respective. They're moving it like this, and someone knows something. But the short notice is kind of sketch too, and like, although this girl I'm sure is really good, her taking a short notice is never, a positive most of the time.
Also, it's making your UFC debut in a crowd, so that's going to be kind of, what I'm saying, especially like compared to the girl she's fought. Like I didn't never heard of none of those ladies. So yeah,
and the elevation that might play a role into to like, okay, how prepared is she for a fight? Because Jasmine Judavicius is going to last 3 rounds. Like she's been preparing for a fight. Maybe not against her, but she's a fight in general. I believe she was supposed to fight Vivian Arojao, right?
I think so. Yeah, that's what I was seeing.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. This is I'm gonna look at Klein. If anyone else starts agreeing with it that I respect, I might fire that side, but I'm not doing nothing yet. Right now, I think there might be value on Jasmine. Just wait though, because I think you might get bigger plus money as well. The over 2.5 is minus 350 as well. I don't know if that's a parlay. It's a little tough. Next up, we got. Okay, here we go. We got Joshua Van against Charles Johnson. Joshua Van, Yellow Excellence, Myanmar. 10-1, man. Only 22 years old. That's crazy. Obviously a striker, knockout guy.
Yeah, man. The other guy flaked out on him his last fight. Damn, he's been getting a lot of canceled fights lately. What's going on?
Yeah, the couple one he was trying to take short notice against Tyra and shit, and then I think that fell out. But Tagir, remember that was the one where we were kind of on opposite sides of it. Tagir dropped out. So now we got Charles Johnson. This is a good matchup, man. Charles Johnson's a little older, but he's only catching his stride now. 15-6, 33 years old.
Yeah, he's
never been finished.
He's been talking a lot of shit lately, like on everybody, because he was on that bad losing streak, and he's got a couple of wins now. The fight against that Jake Kelly, that was a big win, but
again, look at the wins.
No, yeah, but I think I gotta go with Van. He's been cashing. I still gotta ride the wave till it stops.
Yeah, man. Van is also the favorite here at minus 200.
Oh, I seen him at like 180, yeah. So it's going up.
Yep, exactly. There's been a little bit of money going that way, man, and it's gonna see my money too because I like Joshua Van here. Although the last two wins do concern me, and that's why like I'm not jumping all over like max bet, But I'm definitely firing on Joshua Van at minus 200 in that range because I just think he's gonna be one. His volume is there just as much as you would say Charles' volume is there. And between the two strikers, Josh Van, I think, is light years ahead, power-wise. I think the speed is there. He is young, so, he probably has room for improvement. But I think Charles Johnson is going to probably have to grapple or something or, like, do something against Van because if he's going to try to win, I don't think it's by just standing and just, trying to strike with Josh Van here. But both guys are durable. So
pretty sure he's taller, right?
Yeah. He's I think he's 5'10". Let me see here. 5'9".
Johnson's taller, right?
Johnson's 5'9", and then you got Van at 5'5".
Oh, see, that might play a part. Depends. You got to get in there.
And a 5-inch reach advantage for Charles Johnson. So Charles Johnson, man, I don't know because I actually think he's a better grappler, but I think Van could also kind of defend the grappling. I think if it's probably going to stay standing. And if it does, I'm going to favor Van, and he is the favorite, though. So, but, yeah, I mean, I am very worried about this because the last two fights that Johnson has won, it surprised everyone. Jake Hadley and Azat Maxim, who are like potentially big prospects.
Yeah.
But then the people he's lost to, like Durden, it's kind of sketch. But he's fought some good stuff. But yeah, I like that as well. Let's go next fight here. The redemption of we're not there yet. We're here at Cody Brundage against Abdul Rasak Al Hassan. Man, is this guy not in the PFL yet, or what's up with this guy? Yeah, this guy 12-6, obviously a thick powerhouse, super thick. Pause. He got real nice thighs, real round, muscular. But he's 38 years old, man. Judo Thunder here. He's a knockout only guy. We've seen him be finished. His chin's only, I feel like, declined over the years. But he's fought like big strikers as well. So I don't know with this Brundage situation. Brundage is 10-6, 30 years old, more in his prime, could do it all, but I don't know. I mean, he's not that special either, you know. This is kind of like a super mid type guys type fight. Who do you like here?
Yeah, I'm gonna just go with the underdog, Brundage. Maybe he could use his wrestling. He was doing pretty all right with Bo Nickel, but Bo Nickel's wrestling is way better. But I feel like Brundage wrestling might be better than Razak. So I'm gonna just go with
Al Hassan is -160 right now, and Brundage is about +140. So you do have Brundage as a dog. Let me tell you this, just before any like matchup situations, and I see money already coming in. I don't know whose money, but Al Hassan is going from a +100 to a -155, 160, or whatever he's at right now. So somebody's betting on him, and now, I mean, maybe at even money, I could see him like, oh, he's more of a power puncher. But at -150, 160, I'm out. Yeah, I think the value is going to be on the dog here. I don't like betting on Cody Brundage either, so that might be sketch. But I think that, it might be value on his side. I just think he has more ways to win the fight, whereas Al Hassan is one-dimensional. He's got one way to win, and that's it. Yeah. So, yeah, Brundage for me. But Brundage has been a type of guy to give up, I feel like. He's a give up type of guy, but we'll go with Brundage as well. Oh, here we go. I like this fight right here. This might be an underrated fight. We got Christian Rodriguez, C-Rod, against Julian Arosa, Juicy J. Christian Rodriguez right here. He is a -200. Arosa's +170. Prospect here. C-Rod, 11-1, 26 years old. 4-fight win streak, never been finished. He's been pretty much all the other hyped up prospect. Raul Rosas, Cameron Simon, Isaac Dolgarian, bro. These are all other prospects that they pin him against, and he's overcame the hype because all the other guys were more hyped than him, I feel like.
For sure.
So he's not trying to get disrespected. I think people are finally giving him the respect he deserves, and the odds makers are too, because you see him here as a favorite against Arosa, who's way more experienced. Been there for a while, but kind of a gatekeeper in a sense, right?
He be getting slept like a lot of times. We think he's gonna win, so it's a good fight for Rodriguez. I just wish he would be like more dedicated in his diet and actually do the fight at like 125 instead. But this is at what? Or is that 145, right? Or what is this at?
I believe this is at 145. 145, yeah, featherweight.
Yeah, I just wish that he would be more strict and fight at 135, because even against the Dorgalian fight, he was looking like kind of small and getting pushed around until the other guy gassed out, and C-Rod was able to steal some rounds. Because I still thought Isaac won that fight because he maybe won the first two, but I was betting on Rodriguez, so I was juiced. But yeah. But I'm going to go with Rodriguez for sure. But don't be surprised like if Juicy J can steal this one out too. He's hella taller than him also, right? What is it?
Yeah, he's 6'1".
6'1" to what? 5'6" or 5'7"? That's Rodriguez.
5'7".
Yeah. That's gonna be. I'm gonna do a parlay of the shorties probably with Rodriguez and other
Short
dudes.
Kings parlay.
Joshua Van for sure.
Oh man. I mean, Arosa, he surprised people. Let me tell you, he did burn me last time. He was against Ricardo Ramos, and Juicy J was the underdog, man. And I was all over Ricardo Ramos, and he choked out Ricardo Ramos in the first round with the quickness, like less than about 2-3 minutes in. So that was rough. But before that, he's been knocked out in the first round twice. So that chin might be sketch. I like C-Rod's durability, his scramble ability. So yeah, I like C-Rod.
Yeah, man.
This is one of my best bets for sure.
This guy's tough though. Look, he beat Sean Woodson, the Tayshaun Prince. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like this guy comes. He be making random ass wins out of nowhere, and like you said, he's way more experienced. But I think it's Rodriguez time to start getting there. Maybe start fighting some top 10s or top 15.
Exactly. But yeah, I don't know. The resume is without a doubt impressive for sure. Because look, it goes all the way back to 2018 Jamal Emmers. He beat Jamal Emmers in a contender series. Like, that's a big deal, and like you mentioned that Nate Landwehr, like all these guys are huge names. So yeah, and even in the last fight was already a big surprise. So, yeah, I am gonna be a lower, but definitely I got it. Christian Rodriguez, I'm riding that train. Pause. Next up, we got another hyped up prospect that was disappointing last time. Gabriel Bonfim against Ange Lusa, who some people say was a quitter from his last fight.
Batty boy. He's a batty boy.
But yeah, we got here Gabriel Bonfim, one of the Bonfim brothers, 26 years old. He's a submission artist, has some knockouts, but mainly submission type of guy. It looks like he's none of his fights have ever gone to decision, ever. Which is kind of crazy, right? But look at what happened. Nicholas Dalby, the ultimate gatekeeper, I feel like sometimes, who finished him in the second round, bro. Crazy, whooped his ass. And now you got Ange Luce, 10-3, the last ninja from Switzerland, 30 years old. And, he's never been finished, but his last fight here was a no contest against Brian Battle where he was getting whooped up.
He was getting pieced up.
Upset. Yeah, I was upset because of the obviously we had Brian Battle. Everything was crazy, and this is crazy on the eye poke. I don't know what to say about that. But at the same time, look at the betting odds here, man. You got Bonfim minus 330, Ange Luce plus 250 or so. I mean, Bonfim has to win here. I feel like Bonfim is like, this is his chance to like right his wrong from the last disappointment. But at the same time, I'm not laying minus 330 after I've seen that type of performance with Bonfim. Ange Luce is a quitter in that sense, but he took the smart business decision out. I think it's value, bro. At plus 255, I'm not big money, but I think there's some value in there, man. I don't think he should be a plus 250, 300. I'm going to wait to see if it gets bigger. If it gets a plus 300, I'm for sure firing. But yeah, Bonfim should win. Bonfim, he can't disappoint 2 times in a row. And if you lose to Ange Luce here, where does he go when he was such a high prospect?
Yeah.
But who do you like?
Oh yeah, Bonfim? I'll go with the Bonfim. I can't mess with the other dude.
Ange Luce, the quitter. Okay, now we're getting to the last 3 fights here, man. Short notice again. We got Drew Dober against the guy who just fought recently, Gene Silva. I believe he fought in Abu Dhabi, or not Abu Dhabi, no racial.
No, he just fought against Charles Jourdain.
The 303, right? So right here.
Yep. Where he slept in, which
Fighting Nerds.
Which
man,
I was
the real deal.
Yeah, I had Jourdain. But I said this guy, he's the one that comes at you with like the barking style. He didn't make weight for that fight, but yeah, man, this guy's a beast. But the thing is, he's going against Drew Dober, and like Jourdain don't have that power like Dober. If Dober lands a couple, it could be a wrap for Gene Silva. But also Silva can knock him out just as like well.
Yeah, Silva's never been finished here, but obviously he hasn't fought the level of competition as Drew Dober has. Drew Dober's been through it all, so Drew Dober's getting in the older phase of his career, so he's not really fighting for a title, but he's still relevant. And I would say he has the full camp and the fighting at home in Colorado, so he might have the better cardio in that sense. So if it does go longer, I think his power is going to stay longer. Obviously, he could wrestle. Gene Silva, short notice. I like Gene Silva. I like the way he fights, but like that short notice situation is kind of sketchy. But with that being said,
but he just fought He just fought last week.
Yeah, that's the bad part, right?
No, I mean it could be good because he took no damage and finished. You remember the fight, right? He finished. What's his name? Easy.
Yeah, well, that's why he probably took this thing. But then now we're all worried about the weight cut. But they're going to one. Well, were they fighting at
Oh yeah,
150?
he didn't even make weight last time. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and is he gonna burn himself again? Let me check here. Oh, they're fighting at 155 though, so it could be better. We'll see because he is fighting a weight up. Okay. Yeah, so I mean that's another thing that I do lean Silva. It's at a pick'ems right now, but there are concerns that has held me a little back from firing this because, like you kind of mentioned, bro, Dober is the guy that can fight. He's been kind of training. He's in Colorado. But here's the other thing: Gene Silva's not black, so Drew Dober only be knocking out black dudes for whatever reason.
That's
and those are the intangibles that we cannot explain, So I lean Gene Silva. It looks like some money was on him. He's open at plus 130. Now he's about pick'ems. That side.
What's Silva by knockout?
Silva by knockout. Silva by knockout is plus 185 on BetOnline, and Dober by knockout is plus 200.
Ooh.
So that's also a way to go about it.
That's crazy.
That's the over is 1.5 too. Wow.
That's because the way Silva fights is insane. Like he's just in your face. Like he just marching forward, and sometimes it breaks. That's what he does. He just breaks people just by that pace. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, Dober, he's like shown where if you press him, he could get finished, but then he always has that knockout power too. So I don't know. This is a close fight.
Yeah, I'm worried about the cardio situation for Silva too if it's a short notice. But like you said, it's one weight up. But we'll see what it goes. It is kind of sketchy. I mean, it's a good matchup. Drew Dober's not no fight, on him. Next up, man, we got Ponzinibbio. What year are we in? Santiago Ponzinibbio against Muslim Salikov.
Yeah, two OGs. I feel like Ponzinibbio, he just got knocked out, right, or something like that.
Yeah, Ponzinibbio is 37 years old. Never been subbed, but recently got knocked out by Kevin Holland. It was a nasty one too.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was kind of a close fight too. I think I'm just gonna go with Ponzinibbio because what's his name? He's old too, but Muslim's like 40, right?
Muslim Salikov is 40, looks 50. Look at this picture. It's like a black and white picture. Like, damn, bro, how old you at? You were in one of the like world wars, bro. What was going on here?
Original Kung Fu dude.
Yeah, he's just always down. Like he throws some powerful shots from his Kung Fu stance and spinning kicks and stuff like that. He's fought decent competition, like you said. Ponzinibbio, no, not a big breakdown for me. I'm going Ponzinibbio as well. He is minus 207 or 210 right now. But I got to go Ponzinibbio. I think he's going to redeem himself, but he could be liable to catch a counter from Muslim. Muslim could sleep him, but unlikely. I'm going Ponzinibbio. Let's go. Dude's also pretty durable, Salikov. Now,
for sure.
I can't believe that's the co-main event. Wow. Now we got the main event here. We got horny fights. Rose Namajunas against Tracy Cortez, man. I mean, this is real interesting. Rose is a favorite here. I think she's at all the way to minus 220. Cortez plus 185. I mean, I'll let you just start with this because, horny pick of the week, what it is.
Hey, yeah, man. Shout out Tracy Cortez. She's bae for sure. But this is like her first fight against maybe like a top 10 or something like that. Or
yeah, let's see who she's fought. And by the way, she's never knocked anybody out.
Yeah, well, it's hard in that division.
Yeah, but I don't think she's fighting anyone in the top 10. She was supposed to fight Amanda Ribas, who's not top 10, but
yeah. See, this is kind of a thing, and then Rose also like which it's a hometown fight for Rose in this one. Yeah, I think Rose got it, but it's always interesting with Rose, like which Rose is gonna show up, like the champion, the pound for pound, or like the head case. So it's always 50-50 with her. Like even if she's like a super favorite, it's always like which Rose is gonna show up because she's she can beat the best of the best. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so.
She beat
Yeah.
Wei Lee twice. That shit is just mind-boggling to me, bro.
And Joanna twice. And that's two of probably the best women fighters ever.
Yeah, she
You know
beat
what I'm
Joanna
saying?
twice here. And then you got fucking Wei Lee twice back-to-back. She hit them
Yeah,
both back-to-back. What is
so
going
like,
on, man?
you know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, when she's on, she's on. But then also, like, when she's on shit, look at the way she takes L's. Lost twice to Carla Esparza.
Carla Esparza is gross. I mean, Manon
You know what I'm
Fiore,
saying?
that was
Man,
all
for
right.
us, a good fight, and that was like at a heavier weight because now Rose is fighting heavier now.
Yeah, and then you got here's the loss, the Carolina Kovalevich or whatever. Nah, that's sketch, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard for me because I think here's what I think. I think Rose obviously needs to be the favorite. One, she's not taking this on short notice. She's at home. She's been training. She's in elevation. She's proven even recently to still got it. You know, obviously her resume is crazy impressive, but she dominated Amanda Ribas. She took some damage in there, but she dominated her overall. And the loss of Manon Fiora, you know, is different because I think Manon is championship material. So it is very, you know, it's an okay loss in my opinion.
And she broke her hand in that fight, or her dislocated her finger.
Oh yeah. So that's another thing. Do I want to risk the minus 220 on Rose right now? No, because I think I was talking myself through this earlier this week. But I was like, last fight against Amanda Ribas, she was at around the same price, about minus 210, 220, right? And to me, I think Tracy Cortez, and this is debatable, obviously, but I think she's slightly better than Amanda Ribas. If they were to fight, I would make Cortez a kind of slight favorite, you know? So to me, I'm not trying to pay a similar price when she, you know, against Tracy Cortez, who I think is going to be better than Ribas, when I already paid that price for Rose against Ribas, you know? So I just think that it should be a little cheaper. I think that it should be more like Rose should be minus 180 or so, in my opinion. You know, maybe 170, 180. So by that point, I think I'm going to go with Tracy Cortez at plus 185. Maybe wait to fight time to plus 200. But I'm concerned about the cardio. I'm concerned about if it goes long for 5 rounds, which it most likely will go 5 rounds. You know what I'm saying? There's a high chance of that. And if it goes 5 rounds, I think I'm going to favor Rose. Because here's the thing, Cortez, in order to even have a chance of winning, I think she needs to grapple. She needs to bring her down, right? But the problem when she brings her down, from what I've been seeing, is that she doesn't really like put on damage as much when she has the girls on the ground. And here's the thing, I don't think she can keep Rose on the ground.
No, I could see Rose tapping her.
I can see Rose getting taken down and easily getting up with no issue. You know, like I can totally see her scrambles are real good. You know, so yeah, that's the part of me where I'm like, I think Rose wins this, but I don't want to bet her at minus 220, so I'm leaning Cortez here. So I guess for the sake of the betting gods, I'm going Cortez. But for the sake of, you know, the picks and the fighting, I think Rose is obviously should win, the rightful favorite. Her losing at home at this point, I think where else does she go? Because she could retire and still be great, you know.
Well, she did. She was retired already, and that's why she's fighting that new weight class.
Yeah, that's a. Well, we'll see. Who do you like Rose here too, or you? Oh, you said Cortez.
I'm on Rose for sure.
Yeah, but you
like I said,
Cortez.
Yeah, Cortez, she always rooting for her, but I think the skill is just like, you know what I mean? It's levels. But that, like I said, it's Rose, depends which one shows up.
And if it stays, here's another thing: styles of like not even if it stays standing, you got Cortez with the typical like boxing type of striking, right? And then you got Rose, who's like a fluid kickboxer, like moving around with different types of strikes, really quick on her feet, and her kicks are way better than Cortez's. The only thing is Cortez might have like the leg kicks a little bit, but overall she has a real like solid stance, not a lot of crazy movement, just your typical boxing stance and movement, you know. So Rose could dance around her, and I think could do that. But I'm looking at this picture right now, y'all, of Rose kicking Wei Lee and knocking her out, and it's giving me PTSD. like this is crazy. Anyways, we're going to the best bets here. Hopefully, we got the mile high type of shit going on. and we're gonna continue some good streaks going on here because we got UFC back with some mid cards. Who do you like? Who do you got?
Oh yeah, with this one I was just looking at it for.
Let me go first.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'm going here. Yellow Excellence Joshua Van minus 205 from Bet Online. I'll use that line right there, but I think that's a good price for him. I'm going also. What was the other one? Oh, Christian Rodriguez minus 200. C-Rod is 200. And last but not least, I am going to have to go with where was I? Ponzinibbio at minus 205 here.
Ponzinibbio.
All right, man.
All right, I'm going to do a straight up bet with fucking Canada. Jasmine Juice the Vicious.
Judah Vicious.
I'm gonna do
what is she at? She's at plus 105.
Plus 105. I'm gonna do the Short Kings parlay with Van Rodriguez.
Yeah.
And then I want to do Santiago and Muslim Salikov.
Ponzinibbio and wait, who'd you want?
Oh, I'm tripping. Ponzinibbio.
Ponzinibbio
and Rose.
Yeah, and Rose.
And then let me do just a prop. Fuck it. Dober by knockout. TKO.
By KO. That's my plus 200. Right? I guess we're getting 4. I'll give out one more since we're doing 4. Oh, yeah. I'm going with Josh Frem here, minus 110. Josh Frem. Forgot about him because it's so early on the thing. Are you my friend? Are we locked in? All right, y'all. So we appreciate it, man. We're just getting back to Mile High. Hopefully, I might pull up last minute or something because the lower level tickets are like 150 or something like that. But I'll just join you on Eastman. But until then, peace out. Appreciate y'all. Smoke out.